Nothing.
So hello. Today I will be interviewing Paul Erdos. He was a Hungarian mathematician of the 20th century. He's known a lot for his kind of out there personality. He draws comparisons to Euler, for just the sheer volume of the amount of work that he did. And he's known for pursuing and proposing problems in a wide range of areas, including discrete mathematics, graph theory, number theory, mathematical analysis, approximation theory, set theory, and probability theory. So without further ado, let me introduce Paul Erdos. Yes, hello. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk about mathematics. Yeah. So here I am. I'm all yours. What questions do you have? Well, thanks for coming. It's certainly nice to have you here. So I think what we'll start with then is most people want to know is, how did you get into math? Why math? What about your childhood, your upbringing, your influences? What drew you to mathematics as a pursuit of life? Yes, okay, we'll start from the beginning then, I guess. Alright. So growing up, both of my parents were math teachers at the local high school, so there from the start it was just kind of always around it. And at a young age, my dad was actually put in prison in Siberia and forced my mom to work long hours, so I spent a lot of time by myself, which I guess, back then we didn't have TVs, we didn't have all the stuff that you kids have now, so I was not forced to, but the opportunities were there, and I pursued math, and I fell in love. I just had a lot of time to work on problems, and I guess that's kind of where this love for math grew. I can remember I used to say that as a young kid, I would ask people, how old are you? When's your birthday? And then I would just go in my head and I would just say, do, and calculate how many seconds. Just things like that. I had an affinity for solving problems, these math problems. And then I can remember after my dad got out of prison, I guess I was around 16, him introducing me to infinite series and set theory, and it was beautiful to me, and I knew right then, probably even before then, that math was just in my blood, and it was just what I had to do. And thank God for math, because by 21 I had gotten my PhD out of Budapest, and then I had come over to America, and I was actually working in Princeton during the Holocaust, and I think math really saved my life. If I had been in Princeton, I don't know. Most of my family, extended family, was lost in the Holocaust, and I think I kind of owe my life to math from that perspective. So that's why math is so important to me. Wow, that was a very deep, moving answer. Thank you. So you're kind of known for being a little bit of an oddball, a lot of people call it. Definitely, certainly have your own personality. Would you care to explain a little bit more about this lifestyle that you've chosen for yourself? Yes. So I realize that not everybody chooses to live their life like me. But it gets me by. I've heard people refer to me as a bum Um, it's a vagabond. But the sedentary life just wasn't for me. I feel like math is a social science and that it's something that should be worked on not by individuals sitting in a room, but by groups of individuals coming together to collaborate on a problem. I feel like that's the best way to approach solving problems. It's the best way to come to conclusions about problems. And so that's the way I've dedicated to living my life. I'll spend a couple of days here or there with a group of mathematicians working on a problem, and once we've solved it, we say our goodbyes, and I move on to somebody else and a new problem. And it's just something that I've always loved. Even in my career, working, I don't stay at one place too long. Just not only to experience different places, but just also to experience different minds, different mathematical minds. I just believe that the heart of math is collaboration, and being able to explore collaborating with different people is the best way to what's the word I'm looking for? To, I guess, expand not only your own mathematical knowledge, but hopefully the knowledge of the people that you are working with as well, for a mutual benefit. So I believe that by traveling the world and meeting all these different people, that I've not only expanded my own mathematical horizons, but also those of the people that I've met with. So that is kind of the reason why I've chosen to live the life that I have. Interesting, very interesting. So I think I mentioned before, you're often compared to Euler, who's obviously one of the premier mathematicians of any time. And it must feel like a great accomplishment to be compared to really one of the fathers of mathematics, especially modern mathematics. Was wondering how you feel about that, your reaction to the comparison. Yes, Euler. Well, first off, let me just say that Euler is 10 times the mathematician I ever have been or ever will be. With that said, I welcome the comparison. It's flattering. But I feel that myself, I'm more of a problem solver. I prefer to work with open problems that have been proposed, that have been left unsolved, more than really a theory developer. I would say that Euler was a more of a theory developer. He was a genius. The new branches of mathematics that we owe to Euler are something that I don't think that you can really compare the two of us. I'm more of a problem solver. Again, coming back to the collaboration, I prefer to work on these problems with other people or challenge other people to solve these problems, rather than sit alone and develop these new mathematical theories, as Euler did. No disrespect. Again, Euler, one of the preeminent mathematicians ever. But really, aside from just the volumes of works that the two of us have published, the comparison is, I don't want to say weak, but I'm not sure that it's so valid, although clearly I will welcome any comparison to somebody of Euler's stature. Well, Yes, certainly any comparison to Euler is one that any mathematician would welcome. But thank you for your honest answer. So one last thing before I let you go here. Are you aware of the erdos number that has been attributed to you and takes your name and has been circulating the mathematical world, as it were, of recent? Uh, the erdos number, yes. I am aware. In case anybody is unfamiliar, it's very similar to the 5-degree separation of Kevin Bacon, saying that between any two actors, you can connect them to Kevin Bacon in less than 5 films. I think it speaks to what I've been saying all along, is that I believe that math is a social experience, and that collaborating is at the heart of that experience, and to see the number of people that have either direct or closely indirect connections with myself, to the point that they've actually created a number for it, and you can go and you can see that of all the math laureates or all the math fields winners, that very often I either collaborated directly with them or with somebody that directly collaborated with them. So I appreciate that people have taken the time to notice how much I loved to work with other people and to spread my own mathematical understandings with as many people as possible, and that at the same time people realize that in working with myself, they can not only learn the knowledge that I have gained myself, but also the knowledge that I have gained from so many other people. It's just a real blessing to see that people acknowledge what you've been kind of working your entire life for. And it's something that I really feel the respect, and the erdos number is cool to have a name, to have something named after you, for sure. But I can imagine that having something named after you really must feel a great respect. But thank you for taking the time to talk with me today, and really appreciate your honesty and your answers, and I look forward to hearing from you again in the future, and to see any more problems or anything else that you might come up with. So once again, just thank you for taking the time. Yeah, not a problem. Thank you for inviting me. I love to talk about math with whoever I can, and I hope that you've gained from this experience, and any of our listeners have gained from this experience. Just one thing I like to say before we go here is that just never stop doing math. Once you stop doing math, you're dead. You're dead. Math is lifeblood, and never stop exploring its boundaries. Never stop proposing new problems. The impossible in math never stays impossible for long. So go out there and prove the impossible. Thanks for having me.